Like you kind of built this thing that didn't exist. Like you built off of other people, of course, there were other people that had done it before you. But is it weird to be like, you didn't really know what you were even building because it had never been built?
Yeah, I think that's part of the fun too, is that people say, is this what you dreamed? And I was like, I didn't know what I was dreaming, that this didn't exist. So it wasn't like there was someone to set the standard that you can become rich and famous and you can have all the success. And it was like no one, the most successful skateboarder in that day got free gear and got their picture in a magazine, and maybe they got flown to Jacksonville for a skate contest once a year. I mean, that was the height of success. No one was killing it. Everyone was just doing it because they loved it. And so when I came up and had this unparalleled success, it was all just shocking.
Yeah. And
it was a fun surprise. It was incredible, but at the same time, it was more incidental to, wow, people finally like what we do.
Totally. Or they've always existed, but now we have a way to connect them all, which is, I was thinking about when your first video game came out, was there a shock of like, I didn't realize this was so popular, because it's like you weren't all over the world.
It was, yes, it was the biggest.
Like in your mind, you're like, this is kind of just in America, just in San Diego, just wherever I go and tour. Now it's fucking
it was more that
global.
I think what happened with the video game is that I worked hard on developing the game with obviously Neversoft and Activision, because I wanted it to represent skateboarding authentically. That was my goal of the game. And in my eyes, the most success we will enjoy with this game is that we got skaters to buy PlayStations because they think the game is cool. For me, that was it.
Wow.
That was the height of success. And what I didn't consider or imagine is that it was a really fun game to play regardless if you skated or not. And so many video gamers got into it, and people were drawn to skateboarding because they enjoyed playing the game. And
they got out there and they're like, this hurts way more outside.
Yeah, but they did enjoy it enough that it got skating. It enjoyed this giant boom.
There was a study that came out that said that kids that play video games actually have faster fighting reflexes than kids that don't play video games, which is kind of like, it makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
But do you ever like visualize it happening in your head? Because when I think about kids playing, video games with skateboarding, you're also accidentally visualizing yourself.
Do you mean did I play the game and then?
Did you before the game existed? Did you visualize yourself doing the trick and then do it?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that was the only way I could do new tricks, is that I saw myself completing it and doing it, because you can't, with skating, you can't just try it on a whim. You can't just throw caution to the wind and say, hope this works. Mm-hmm. It might not, because it's not going to work accidentally. You have to already have visualized yourself doing it. And then it's like you finally have brought it to fruition and you saw it through.